Hello and welcome to this special workshop where I, Chris Cave, the body confidence coach, will be discussing how to reduce your metabolic body age and feel 10 years younger. So enjoy the workshop. So you're probably thinking, Chris, what on earth are you talking? What is your metabolic body age? Well, we know our actual age, you'd hope you would. So I'm 50, however old you are. But your metabolic body age is how old your body is, and as in how efficient it is. Now, it's not just about your skin or your eyes or your hair, because that's what most of us notice. And you always have to be careful with that question when someone says, "Oh, how old do you think I look?" And especially for ladies, as a bloke, you'd be like, "That's a really scary question," because you're like, "Oh no, if you answer the wrong question, the wrong answer, you can be in big trouble." So you tend to go 5 years younger. Anyway, but actually, sometimes you can be horrified if someone genuinely thinks that you look older than you actually are, and you're like, "What's wrong with me? What is it?" but you don't worry about your body, do you? You just think about your age. It's like your face, maybe your eyes, but it isn't. So much going on inside you that's nothing compared to what's going on inside. So your metabolic age. This is how efficient your body operates. So it's like, how efficient is your heart working? How efficient are your lungs working? Your arteries, how efficiently is the blood being pumped around your body? And how much energy have I got? And how's my brain doing? Am I getting enough oxygen and energy pumped into my brain? And all of these sort of things. And you don't often think about that when you talk about age, do you? If you're sitting down, you suddenly stand up. And you hear some people go, "Oh, I've got aches and pains there." And it's 35-year-olds or 40-year-olds or 45-year-olds should not be having pains and aches when they stand up and things like that. And you see people going upstairs and they're holding onto the handle at the side, and they're struggling. And you think, well, that shouldn't be happening. We all need to look after our body a bit more and not just think about our ages, how old you actually are. So there are machines available that actually work it out for you, and they're fascinating. And I've been to lots of places where everyone wants to be tested on these special machines, although some people don't because they're scared of what it's going to say. So they'd rather not know how efficient their body is, what potential illnesses they're going to get, because they're almost scared to know because they know the answer. Whereas other people are really excited and they're genuine because they want to be younger than they actually are, but also they want to see what they're doing well at and what they could improve on. Now, I first came across one, I think it's about 2016. And when I had mine done, oh my God, I was mortified. So it said I was 3 years older than I actually was. It said I had high blood pressure, cholesterol was high, body fat was high, BMI was high, visceral fat, which is really dangerous fat, was high. My blood sugar levels were high, so basically everything was not good. But I was still in denial because I was like, hey, I'm fine because I go to the gym twice a week. And so I was almost like, yeah, what's a stupid machine? Or, they can't work this out. But my mum's a retired GP, and when I showed her the results, she went, son, when it's called son or you're Christopher instead of Chris, you're in trouble. She said, you need to sort this out because that's not good. If you want to live long enough to see your son grow up and have a family, you need to sort it out now. So that was my wake-up call. And there was a lot of things that happened that week. So my son also was bouncing on my stomach. I think it was hilarious. He also said I had moves. He got frustrated because I couldn't keep up with him playing football. I was tired instead of going to the park. And all these things, I was thinking, this is not good. I need to sort myself out. And over time, I've learned so much about nutrition and exercise and, changed my lifestyle. And I've seen so many successful people do it too. And that absolutely fascinates me. And now I'm on a mission to help everybody else, help you, and help me. I want to help the world get healthier and reduce your metabolic age because it's a fascinating science and it can be done. I went from 3 years older to 14 years younger. So that's 17 years difference just by changing your lifestyle, changing what you do and things like that. So I'm going to show you in this workshop how to do that. And just to prove to you that it can be done if you know what to do and you're determined to do it. So I want you to think your body as like a car, or a new one, a vacuum cleaner. So I often get my clients to think about their body as being a car. So you wouldn't put diesel into a petrol car. You don't forget to put water in or oil in, because if you don't, then you're going to knacker your car, aren't you? If you've got bald tyres and you're going to get punctures and flat tyres or the tyres burst, that's not good, is it? If your brake lights aren't working, you don't want someone crashing into you. And if you're getting that horrible noise, you're like, I don't even know what that noise is. Or your brake pads are grinding, there's something not right there. So you go to a garage most of the time and get it fixed. But do we do that with our body? Often we don't, we neglect it. You'd sort your car out, go to the dentist for your teeth, but often you don't go and sort your body out. That's the most important thing. You can be the richest person in the world and the poorest person in the world. If you don't look after your body, you're going to end up in the same place. So let's have a think about this. So even with your vacuum cleaner example, if you're not picking much up and it's all clogged up, and it's a bit like your body, or your arteries are clogged up with stuff, and you've got that fat going on in there, and you get brain fog and all these things, and you think something's not right here. And there's lots of ways that our body tells us something's not right. So a car dashboard has got loads of lights that flash when something's wrong. But obviously our body hasn't got lights, but it does give us telltale signs, doesn't it? If you're not sleeping well, you're stressed a lot, your heart rate's pumping too high, you're lethargic, you're tired, you get problems, you can't go to the toilet very often, you're out of breath, walking up and down the stairs. All these are ways the body is saying to you, hey, there's something not right here. Often we neglect that. But if we actually took notice of that and did something about it, we'd actually, one, make ourselves better, but also stop potential illnesses and diseases happening in the future. Also bring our metabolic body age down, because it can be done by looking after things like our heart and our lungs and our arteries, watching our cholesterol. All these sort of things are so important. Now, when these tests are done, they have to work out, the machine pumps an electric pulse through your body to see how efficiently it goes through the body. So the quicker it comes back, the better it is. So it takes into account how much muscle you've got compared to fat. It works out your bones weight, it works out the body fat you've got and your visceral fat, which is the really dangerous fat around the organs. And that's potentially what can kill you. So we all have some body fat, we have some visceral fat, but if you've got too much around your lungs and your heart and all your important kidneys and livers and things like that, then that's putting a lot of pressure on the body, and it could potentially kill you, give you some really nasty diseases. So that's what we need to watch out for. Also, a resting heart rate. Now, the more healthy you are, or more energetic you are, the fitter you are, they tend to find normally that the lower your resting heart rate would be. But also things like blood pressure. So blood pressure, if it's too high or too low, again, is putting pressure on the heart. So we have to be really careful of all these things. So by sorting out some of these things, you can help your body become more efficient and reduce your metabolic age. Now, there's so many different ways. I think I've come across about 30, but I'm just going to talk about the top 5 ways to do it, which you will know all of these. So don't switch off, because these will really help you if I'm trying to put it into perspective and just show you how a few changes now can help bring down your metabolic age. So I've seen it done. I've done it with my clients. It happened to myself. I've seen like really famous people do it to them too. So it can be done. And I've also seen the other effect where people just let themselves go, neglected things, and their metabolic body age has shot up. I mean, these machines only go to a maximum of 15 years older or younger. So unfortunately, it can't go more than that, but you would be surprised how many people that think, oh, I'm only 15 years older, but it could be a lot older. and sometimes people just don't care, or they don't believe the machine, or they just think, well, if I'm 15 years older, if I'm 40, but it says I'm 55, does it really matter? But it does, because it's all about making the body more efficient and basically live longer, so we can see our kids grow up, or our grandkids, or spend time with our partners and loved ones and things. So this is what we're going to be talking about. So the top 5 things are you ready? Drum roll, please. Number 1, sleep. Who looks after their sleep? Who makes sure they get quality, good night's sleep every single night? I guarantee not many people. I used to be the same. I used to go salsa clubbing at night and then get in at 2:30 at night and get up early to go to work and all these sort of things, and then have to have Red Bull and caffeine and stuff. And then at night, you couldn't sleep. So you have sleeping tablets and all these crazy things really affect your sleep. And if you're only getting 4 or 5 hours sleep, you feel rubbish the next day and the day after, and your body can't repair itself at night. And at night, so many things happen in the body. So it replaces all the muscles you damage, replaces like your cells and your cognitive, whatever the brain, all these really important things, and just things like the nerves and things like that. It's just so important. If we don't give our body time to relax and recharge and regenerate at night, what hope is there? So sleep is so important. And we all know if you get a bad night's sleep, you feel rubbish the next day, and then you're aggy, you're angry, you get tired, frustrated, and you make bad food decisions. You're more likely to go for tons of coffee and donuts and biscuits rather than more healthy options. Hands up, who's guilty of that? I know I have been. Look, now I'd never touch a Red Bull or sleeping tablets because I've changed the way I am and make sure I get more sleep, but not always. So you do find that not enough sleep has that knock-on effect. But also this happens for number 2, which is water. Now, being hydrated is so important because our body is made up of 70% pretty much water. So if we're not drinking enough water, keeping hydrated, our body is like, oh no, I feel rough, I need water. I mean, the brain is made up of water, not just the rest of the body. So when we're dehydrated, we often are hungry and make poor decisions when it comes to food. But we're not necessarily hungry, we're just dehydrated and thirsty. And then we also get brain fog. That's when we're dehydrated, we need more water. And you're tired, you can't concentrate, you're like frustrated, and we all know what brain fog is, and you make poor decisions. And just by drinking water often, that's a really good way to get rid of that and possibly wake up and have more energy. So we all say get 2 to 2.5 litres of water, which is quite hard to do, but it can be done quite easily. I spend a lot of time with my clients working on keeping hydrated and at the right times. And especially if you go to the gym as well, you need even more water. Like if I teach a spin and pump class, I could probably get through another litre, 1.5 litres of water just to keep hydrated because you're sweating so much. And you're just losing water everywhere. So water is so important in keeping hydrated and not dehydrating ourselves with alcohol and loads of caffeine and things like that. It's important. So tick that one off as well. Next one, nutrition. So think about your car again. If you're putting diesel into a petrol car, it's not going to go well, is it? If you put, let's think of another example. If you don't put oil in your car, it's not going to do any good. So if you think about it, what you put into your body, if you're putting loads of rubbish food into you, it's not really going to do you any good, is it? It's going to put out that fat and sugar, and that's going to affect your blood sugar levels. So you're going to get those roller coaster spikes where you're like, whoa, wide awake, asleep, and you get cravings, and then you think, oh, I need some sugar, have some chocolate, a biscuit, and you're on high for like 10 minutes, and then you come crashing down again. So I'll have a coffee, high, low, and it goes on, and you probably eat 3 times more than you needed to, just because you're getting these blood sugar spikes because you're not eating the right things. Whereas if you're eating an apple or banana or blueberries or an egg or something like that, you'll find that you don't get those blood sugar spikes, so you're less likely to crave more, eat too much, and you're not going to get like the brain fog and things like that. So what you put into your body, think about it, how much good is eating a nice piece of fish compared to a greasy, soggy pizza full of sugar, salt, fat oozing off it? You wouldn't put that in your car, would you? No, I hope not. So nutrition is really important, but it's getting that balance. Exercise. Now, we all know you should get 10,000 steps and work, do 2.5 hours of exercise each week, according to the government. And it was like 2.5 hours. I can't do that. When you break it down over 7 days, it's not actually that much. And there's lots of exercise you can do. It doesn't have to be, you have to run a marathon. I'm not saying go and run a marathon tomorrow. You ain't going to do it. I can't even run a marathon. But just getting some exercise, just putting exercise into your life. Go for a walk with a friend, catch up on stuff, have a gossip. Borrow a dog, take your own dog, run up and downstairs. Just basically like go swimming. Everyone loves swimming. Like pick up a new hobby, table tennis, golf, I don't know, anything like that, but with other people and you can enjoy it. Go to the gym, do some classes. Yeah, it can be a bit boring on your own. If you do classes, it's amazing. You get that energy, you get the banter, you get the vibes, and like loads of people have made friends at the gym. I mean, when I teach my body pump and spin classes, which I do for helping, I absolutely love it because you get all the vibe and the energy and like everyone's up for it and getting to sing and like shout and stuff. And it's just amazing, absolutely. And all those people could be at home watching Netflix, but they're not. They've made an effort to go out in the cold and enjoy themselves and get fit and energy. They're like buzzing at the end. I just think how that's going to affect their metabolic age. Anyway, what's the next one? Oh, we're going to hate this one. Naughty stuff like drugs and addiction. Now, you just think drugs is going to be really bad drugs, but it isn't, because alcohol is a drug, cigarettes is a drug, sugar is a drug if you think about it, and all these things you're putting into your body, and your body wasn't designed for this. How many cavemen did you see smoking a cigarette or drinking a pint? No. If we were based on the apes, how often have you seen a gorilla having a pint, smoking a fag, taking drugs, eating a donut? Our body just wasn't designed for it, and we're putting all this muck into our body. So what's our body going to do? It's not going to go well, is it? So I know like you can normally tell people that smoked a lot because it really affects their skin and things, and like same with alcohol. People that drink a lot of alcohol, you can normally see from their faces, but you can't see what's going on inside. And that's what we have to think about. What all these drugs that we're putting into our body do to our insides? Because they're not going to do. It's not doing well outside, but let alone what's it doing inside? Probably 10 times worse. So things like that we need to keep an eye on. Like everyone needs, occasionally have a pint or a drink, celebrate something, but doing it too much is, our bodies just weren't designed for that. So you think about if you're constantly doing that, how's that can affect your metabolic age? So sometimes it's about thinking, actually, do I really need to have that extra bottle of red wine? Do I really need to have all those extra donuts? Do I need to take Red Bull, which is full of all sorts of horrible, nasty chemicals and things like that? Or just think, no, what's my body going to tell me? My body's going to say, actually, no, can you make a nice choice today? Can we have some nice salmon with some nice veg and salad and drink some water and things like that, just to give the body a treat? Because to be fair, your body would probably crave water and fish or protein or chicken, vegetables more than a pizza. It's only our brain that says they want pizza. Our body's going, we don't want any more pizza. Okay, so I hope you've learned from those 5 things. If you haven't got access to these machines, because machines are quite expensive, they tend to be in gyms or the doctors or hospitals, or when you have like corporate companies get people in to bring them and talk to their staff about it. So you're probably thinking, well, what if I can't get access to that? Well, just think about it. Think about it. It's not just about your skin, your hair, and your nails that you think about. Shows your age. It's like, I'm out of breath running up and down the stairs. How's my blood pressure? How's my heart rate? How am I feeling? How often do I go to the toilet? Yeah. If you're not going to the toilet very often, there's something going on inside you. You're not very efficient. So just by sorting that out can have such an amazing effect on you. You have so much more energy if you're not bunged up, and you can be more efficient, and your whole body will work better, because you don't want food inside you for a long time, do you? So things like that. And there's lots of different ways that you can keep an eye on your health. So just have a think about it and think, well, actually I should make health more important than anything else in the world. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you can't, you could be a millionaire, billionaire, but at the same time, if you haven't looked after your body, you're just going to die at the same time as anyone else. You can't take it with you. So have a think about that. Just prioritise those 5 things. There's so many other things. I mean, I'll go through it. It's probably about 30 things I could go through with my clients, but those are the top 5 things. And just prioritise your health for a bit. Just think, well, should I spend the whole night watching a Netflix box set, or should I do something for my body for a change? And your body, if it could talk to you, would say, yes, please. please do that. So that's my challenge to you, to say, right, let's sort it out. Bring the metabolic age down. Let's live longer, live healthier. And my challenge to you is I am running a new program coming up soon, which I'm really excited about. And I'm after some volunteers just to help me plan it, because I just need to ask a few questions, get on a call, find out what your frustrations are at the moment with your health. This is for like successful people that are successful at everything else in their life. It's just their health and their body is not as successful as they want it to be. And like they're now realizing, well, actually, if I improve my health and my body, I could have far more energy. How good that would be with your relationships. How good would it be in your career? You know, if you're like the one who jumps in the office every day, hi guys, and I've got this energy, you could get so much more done. How amazing would it be if you're a parent, if your kids were like, wow, look at mum, look at dad, they've got all this energy, they've got time to spend with us and things like that. Your relationship, that'd be amazing if like suddenly had all this extra time or energy for your other half. And there's so many other things in life, like you could do so much more. You can like have the best ever holidays, you can have the best ever life, you could do all sorts of things, just look after your health. So anyway, so I'm looking for successful people who just want to sort that side of their life out to gain extra things. I need to know what frustrations you've got, what challenges you've got with your health, and what's worked for you in the past and what's failed for you in the past. And I'm putting together this amazing package that brings together those 5 things, but also lots of other things to make like the best package ever for people that want that extra energy, also to reduce the metabolic age. And just gain confidence. We call it body confidence, hence I'm body confidence coach. But it's like, yeah, I feel so much better if I had that confidence and extra energy. So that's what my new program's called. It's the Body Confidence Package. And in this, we'll be going through lots of different things. So I just want to ask you a few questions. And in return, I will give you a free session to help you with your challenges, goals, and health tips, and so you can gain from it as well. So it'll work for both of us. So if you're interested in that, get in touch, comment below, and I'll be in touch with you. And together we can reduce that metabolic age, have more energy, feel great, and jump out of bed in the morning, because it can be done. Okay, I will speak to you soon. Thanks for watching this workshop, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.